Marks coming to you from the Sachem Public Library. Welcome to the Marks for Life podcast with your hosts, Jimmy, CJ, Jared, and Joe, the Four Horsemen of Wrestling Podcast, four casuals turned Marks wrestling fans to give you a direct line to all things in the squared circle. We pull no punches, we hit hard, and we will slam you with all the info you need to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, Marks of all ages, are you ready? Because...
You know what? You just made the list.
And welcome to this week's edition of Marks for Life Podcast. I am your reigning, defending, undisputed Marks for Life Podcast predictions champion of the world.
And Jackass.
And Jackass, CJ.
Why do you have an echo? Oh, there's the echo.
Is there an echo? Is it a slight echo?
Yeah, it's doable.
Yeah, it's
Doable.
fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be good.
How's that? Better?
Sure.
We'll go with that.
I don't fucking know how to do this. This is...
How do we need to edit this podcast?
I don't
2
think-
seconds in.
I don't think we edit. Do we even edit?
I don't know.
No.
Jimmy always says he's gonna. I don't know if he ever
That's
does.
Jimmy. That's his department.
I know.
His department, the one-person department of editing.
Yeah.
God, is even the Tully Blanchard's or the J.J. Dillon?
Oh.
Can we go with both?
I don't
Can we
know.
combine the two together?
So as you can hear, we have a special guest today along with co-host Jared. We have Uncle Ernest making his return.
Hi.
He
Yes.
seems very excited.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Chill out.
I
chill
Don't
out.
get too excited
I
here.
am full of excitement right now. Can you tell?
Yeah, I could feel it in your aura.
Can you feel the electricity through the room?
Yeah, feel something.
Yes. So pretty much how this came
It's
about.
called the heat. That's what it is.
I was about to go to bed. I heard Uncle Ernest laugh. I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? He's like, hi, by the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Surprise visit. So, surprise podcast. And a lot of surprises this past week.
It is something.
It is.
What happened?
Oh, what happened? What didn't happen? You know, Jared, you go first. I don't feel like I can rant right now.
All right. Well, we're not just starting with a rant. We got to ease into said rants. All right. Basically, we're here to just recap Raw and SmackDown on the road to WrestleMania. We will break down and predict the NXT TakeOver card because since our podcasts are always Saturday and TakeOver's Friday next week, we're not going to have time. So we're going to do in early predictions. And then perhaps there'll be some time for some Charlotte Insanity rants, as always. So, to begin with, hey, watch it over there. To begin with, to talk about Raw briefly, Drew McIntyre's on quite the rampage. He is he's on quite the warpath, it seems.
So you know how Dean Ambrose was called a lunatic fringe, and we didn't know how he was a lunatic fringe? Drew McIntyre's living up to the Scottish psychopath gimmick to a fucking T.
Yeah, I mean, he's just the booking's amazing right now. Like he's just mowing through humans, and most of the humans is just Dean every time.
Yeah. But
Like Dean's just like,
don't say humans. Just say Dean.
I don't understand. Like backstage, Dean's like, one more shot. Like Dean, no,
I
for
think
God's
he has
sake.
a problem
We
with,
know
with
already.
I think he has a problem with people whose names are D. You know, he'd also destroyed Dolph Ziggler recently too. Trying to figure out who he would go after next.
I don't know.
Well, he's going after Roman next at WrestleMania.
Is there any D in Roman's name?
No.
Big Dog. There we go.
Oh my God.
But that's his nickname. That's not his name.
He's going after the D's.
That didn't come out right.
Yeah, he is going after the D. All right, we'll say that.
Yes, but that was officially announced.
Yes.
Which is exciting to say the least. I think that.
Yeah, I really thought it was just going to be a squash, but it seems like Reigns is just going to be in a full-on match, and on paper it's going to be fantastic.
So, oh man. So I can see how this ends, and it scares me. It's actually two ways. Either Roman Reigns goes for the spear and gets Claymored in the face.
No,
Or Drew McIntyre goes for the Claymore and then gets spears through the gut.
that one.
I think that will happen.
He's not losing after beating cancer, for God's sakes.
No, but I think that I don't think he'll. I think Drew will kick out of that. He will kick out of the spear, but it'll take another spear.
Could be.
It'll take another 5 spears just to bring him down.
Or
What
the
is Roman
opposite.
Reigns? Brock Lesnar?
Do you think Roman will kick out of the Claymore? That
I
could be
think
too.
That could be.
That could be.
Well, everyone
Has anyone ever kicked out of it?
No,
since
nobody
he's
has.
Claymore?
Yeah, see.
See, and Roman beat cancer. Hell, he could kick out of the Claymore.
Well, here's
Should.
I don't
He
know.
should do that.
Drew McIntyre says he's worse than leukemia, so let's see if he backs
He's
up.
so good though. You gotta. Didn't you hear that? He was like like horrendously sick like a week or two ago, and he
Drew?
he was like horrendously ill, and he went out and performed and like went like on Raw. I think it was like a couple weeks ago where he like came out in the beginning and he had the main event with Seth, I think it was, and and he was like horrendously ill. Like he's a beast. He's
Reigns
awesome.
didn't do that. I meant his pneumonia. You fuck.
Yeah, right. Sure, you did.
And his mono as well.
Yeah,
Remember
that's what I meant.
Okay.
Mono.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of mono, Bray Wyatt's having a kid.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why he hasn't been on TV.
Yeah, he's been pregnant.
Is that where we're going? He's been pregnant.
Yeah, with Sister
He's
Abigail.
packing.
That's what it is.
Yeah, he's packing.
Sister Abigail's pregnant, so.
Yeah. I think they're naming it Nash.
No, Kanash.
No, it's Nash and the K is silent because English.
I wonder, is he going to parabomb out of the womb or break both of his quads?
He's just gonna the baby's just gonna show him and be like, "We're here," with a lantern.
It'll be that intro, the back, and then the baby will pop out.
Like,
whole-
what in the fuck?
The hospital's gonna go like all flickering lights.
Yeah.
The doctor's gonna be scared shitless. He's like,
Push, JoJo. Oh my God. Put it back. Don't stop pushing.
It comes out upside down in that little Wyatt thing.
Just like the spider walk.
Yeah.
Like, what in the hell?
You see Luke Harper and Eric Rowan pop out of nowhere and they deliver the baby like nurses.
Michael Cole's doing commentary. And the Black Sheep, Braun Strowman, is here. Like, Mike, what the hell? What is happening?
JoJo announces the baby as it enters the ring.
Jeez.
Nash Wyatt!
Oh, man.
All right, I think.
Terrible.
Yeah, I think we got a.
Hilarious, but we're off topic.
I think we got a lot. Hey, we pull no punches.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's just fantastic.
Did you see his new haircut?
Who? Bray?
Bray
Yeah.
Wyatt.
No, I haven't seen him at all. He's not on television.
Well, you look online.
No, he has a new haircut.
I'm sure it's fantastic.
Oh my god, it is very, very different than what we're used to.
Yeah, I know he definitely cut his
Yes.
dreads. Let's see.
Is there a picture or is it just YouTube?
I don't know. I'll look for a picture.
Okay. So while we look for that and get Jared's reaction live on Mark's Fire Life podcast taping.
But
I think another confirmed match was the four-way for the women's tag team championship, right? Didn't that get confirmed this week,
yeah.
right?
oh, it's a 4-way?
Yep. It's going to be Boston Hug. What is it? Iconics.
Divas of Doom.
And Tamina and Nia Jax. I don't know what the hell their name is.
Who's gonna
And then
take
the-
the pin? I'm thinking Nia Jackson.
Tamina. Just
Tamina's
Tamina.
gonna take
Tamina's here to take pins. She is awful.
Did
I
you
mean,
see her new T-shirt?
who? Tamina?
Yeah.
What's the T-shirt?
No one's meaner than Tamina.
Oh my God.
Did you buy it?
that hurt. That hurt a little.
Her first T-shirt with the company.
Yeah, that stings. I'm not gonna lie. That stings a little. And then the last confirmed match was official was just Balor Lashley.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
Balor and Lashley.
Why? It's just a Raw match. Like
I
there's
think-
nothing.
Finn Balor can only
nothing-
beat Lashley in handicap match.
The only way there's fanfare here is if he comes out as a demon.
Oh, yeah,
and he
hands down.
has to.
I think he's going to come out as the demon. There's no
Why
way-
else? What are they just gonna have normal Balor against normal Lashley at
The
WrestleMania?
extraordinary man.
Who does extraordinary things.
Yes.
It's fucking amazing.
I think the only way this is ever going to be like valid is if Balor comes out
As the demon.
and squashes Lashley.
I think that if they're going to put a squash match, that will be the squash
I
match.
don't know if he's going to squash us, but if he comes out, it'll be short. It'll probably be like 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Lashley will get a little bit of offense, and maybe Leo fucks with Lashley a little bit, like by accident, and then you just get demon death, and we move on.
I don't know. I think the thing is, well, this is the same guy that struggled against Baron Corbin during SummerSlam and then came out
As the demon.
and then squashed Baron. So and he's also lost to Lashley clean on multiple occasions. Well, not clean, but he's gotten his ass whooped hard.
Yeah, the only way you could make this a doable match as far as WrestleMania is the demon. It's the
Yeah.
only way. And my God, Beth Phoenix, she is huge. Like, wow, she's in better shape than she was when she was like an in-ring competitor.
definitely, yeah.
She's huge. Like, it was crazy. I remember when she was doing commentary, and the first time she like got up and like basically like brought herself into this picture. She got up and I just saw her. I'm like, oh my God, she is sweet Mary.
I'm so excited to see Deep. Like, they are low key someone I didn't Like, I'm excited to see back. Like, I am so hyped. I loved Beth Phoenix.
I wonder if Beth Phoenix may take the pin just because, like,
No.
I know she's so strong.
No,
yeah.
hold on, no. It depends on who's winning. If it's Boston Hug, I think that she would take the pin just to
Right.
put them over.
The only other team I could really see winning is the Iconics.
I'll say Like if you really want, if the Iconics are gonna win, then Tamina's gonna take the pin.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah,
think like
could
because they got Iconics.
Peyton Royce is gonna pin Beth Phoenix.
Exactly. Yeah. You really
No,
think that's gonna happen?
No.
Billy Kay is going to pin Nia Jax.
Ah.
No, that won't happen.
Yeah, I
no.
can't see that either. Could pin the champs. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see.
Like if Boston Hug, like I said, Boston Hug won. They're pinning Beth Phoenix.
Yeah.
There's no other possibility to put them over any more than they are now. You got to legitimize this division. Yeah, it's legitimate now, but you got to really legitimize it.
And the final piece of news,
At
as
least-
far as
well-
Raw is concerned, I believe, is Triple H putting his career on the line.
Oh, yeah, and the Spice Girls reference.
Oh yeah.
Well, all right. I guess that's part of the news.
That's the bigger
right.
part of this. It's the Spice Girls.
Yeah.
reference.
Tell you what
Spice
you
Girls
want.
is going to come out and sing Motorhead for Triple H's theme song.
We'll go with that.
No.
Here's a better way. No.
Yeah, I can't even make words out of that one.
Oh, that is not going to happen.
But yeah, Triple H again. Batista wants what he really, really wants, and Triple H is again acquiescing to his demands and will be putting his career on the line.
How many times will he put his
against
career
Batista.
on the line?
I don't know. There's probably like 5 or
no,
something.
This is the first one.
Did he do it against Brock?
No, he did it against Brock. He
Oh,
definitely
okay,
did it
so
against
one
Brock.
other time.
No, he did against Brock.
So
this is-
Batista's losing. But there is rumors that Batista's sticking around post WrestleMania.
Oh, I
But see,
doubt
that's
it.
tough.
That would be
That is
crazy if that
But
happened.
the only reason why he may stick around till like we'll say May, only because Endgame's coming out. And he's in
Yeah,
it.
that's the thing.
Didn't he die in the in?
No, he's
Spoilers!
All right, come on. How long has this movie been out?
No, he'll be making the rounds. He'll definitely.
He's going to be coming back too because you can't have Drax die. Drax has to live. Especially because James Gunn came back for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Hey, this is a wrestling podcast.
Oh my god.
But I don't think. But I think that
it would be a good
personally,
idea.
what I think is going to happen is that Batista's going to win and Triple H is going to retire, head to the corporate.
Really?
Yeah, I think that he's going to have the authority figure. Because
I just don't think you could come back from him beating up Ric Flair, like in storyline terms. I just don't think he can win.
Unless Charlotte
No,
Flair
After doing that, I just don't know if you can.
Unless
No, I
Charlotte
think that's
Flair
gonna-
beats Batista on behalf of her father.
Hey, Charlotte Flair's got her own issues. We'll get to that in a minute.
But I think Batista's going to win. I like,
Wow, really?
Even if he beat up Ric Flair, I got your attention because there's so much Batista has on the line for this. All right, he retired the game.
Yeah.
He finally gets his WrestleMania moment where like his first WrestleMania.
Yeah, but he
moment
already
was-
beat the game. You know what I mean? Like I like what was that? WrestleMania 21, I think it was, like
Yeah, but
15
still,
years
guess
ago.
what? It's full circle.
No, it is.
Yeah.
100% is.
I think that like also Triple H should be more of an authority figure. He should only be used to put people over. Hence why he put Roman over. Hence why he put Seth
Yeah,
over.
but this isn't a guy you put over. It's Batista, who's already
But
like.
who knows? But
Yeah.
if it's
I
a
mean,
retirement match. Batista's a perfect opponent for him.
yeah. I just don't see it. I just don't
Like, you gonna
see
have Randy
it.
Orton against Triple H.
For the love of God, no.
Exactly. Yeah.
The only
Who else is
person-
gonna retire him?
Braun Strowman. They still had that thing back in Survivor Series 2017.
I honestly feel like if there's anyone that's going to retire him, it's going to be one of his NXT call-ups.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Have Ciampa
Or
retire
Gargano,
Triple H.
like whoever is
They
able to come
tried
up.
that with Roman and the Undertaker, but look where that went.
We like
That's
Tommaso
Wait,
Ciampa.
that's way different.
How is that way different?
When no one wanted that. That was
With
pain.
I think with an NXT call-up, it's going to be a waste because
It
you can
depends.
see-
I feel like it depends on how they're booked. Like if they're booked the way that all NXT people are booked, we're dead. But
Exactly. Like, look at the record of it now.
what if like Drew? Drew was an NXT guy?
Drew,
got her.
I could
like
see
what
Drew
if what if
retiring.
Drew retires him?
I'd be okay with that.
That's not crazy. That would put Drew over, give him a lot of heat. That wouldn't be that
You know
bad.
what also
Yeah.
put over Drew?
Don't say it.
Roman Reigns?
Roman Reigns.
Good God.
I don't know.
Drew's going to lose.
I don't know about that. Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll
see.
We're gonna
take a
see.
look at it.
We'll see.
I'm excited because this is also no holds barred.
Yep.
So that's gonna hide a lot of things. And
All of NXT is going to beat up Batista.
All of any. It's Adam Cole and all of Undisputed Era.
That's why it's no whole. That's why it's
oh
no
my
hold
God,
bar.
it's Eric Bugenhagen. What's he doing on the WrestleMania live show?
All of NXT got on the WrestleMania live show, and then what is on the What's on the pre-show? Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese.
Yeah, and it's going to be great, but no one's going to watch.
No, I forgot about it. Tony Nese is from the New York area.
He's from the island. He's
Yeah,
from
I know. So I'm like, he's going to be the natural babyface.
I'm rooting for him, to be honest. I actually think he might win. Buddy Murphy's had it for a really long time.
Well, the last time that he won in his home country, in Melbourne.
Yeah, Super Showdown.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
I
like,
could see Nese doing it. I mean,
I would like
who's
to-
the face in like the actual face?
Nese would be.
Nese is the legitimate face. Okay,
Yes.
I forget if Murphy's
After
the
he
heel or
won,
face.
he won clean against Cedric, and then Buddy Murphy came out and he's like, "Congrats!" and then kicked his ass.
Right.
So,
Right.
But yeah, all of NXT will be all of NXT will be on the WrestleMania card.
That would-
And the hardest working man to make 205 live.
Oh, speaking of it, did you
is
hear,
gonna be on the pre-show.
did you hear about Worlds Collide for WrestleMania week? So
I heard about it.
so
What?
they're
Oh
doing
yeah, I totally forgot about that
yeah.
tournament.
So it's like they're having men and women's tournaments
Mm-hmm.
featuring people from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, NXT UK,
Yeah, I did hear about
and
this.
205 Live, and it's gonna come out with like 4 network specials because of it.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they're filming it, and I think they also have other shows planned throughout the year as well. Or something like that. I don't know the exact details. I just know there's definitely 4 network specials. And they announced some of the matches, and it's insane. You have like, oh man, I think it's Eric. No, it's not Eric. It's Luke Harper versus like Dominic Dijakovic or something like that. So it's like
Jeez.
2 big.
So you can really have like some really interesting matchups.
Yeah.
And this,
Especially like you put NXT versus NXT UK, you get that rivalry.
NXT versus the main roster. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly,
like, you
yeah.
could do a lot.
205 Live versus like SmackDown and stuff. It's really interesting.
Well, 205 Live, let's be real, is the redheaded stepchild of the whole thing. So.
Yeah, it is.
Eric Rowan?
Every time someone asks about 205
Yes,
Live,
Eric Rowan, yes.
every time someone asks about 205 Live, he's like, "How is it? It's great. Did you watch it?" No. It's just
Exactly. It's the redheaded stepchild.
It is what it is.
But that goes with
It's a nice little thing.
Yeah, it's just unless Mysterio just goes into it, it's just
That's
no
probably
one's
what's
watching
gonna
it.
happen.
But that goes with Triple H's philosophy to make them all on equal brands.
Yeah.
Like on
Yeah.
equal footing. He's been
Yeah.
pushing for NXT to be like that for a while, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said earlier Batista's going to win against Triple H. Because Triple H has too much on his plate.
We
And
shall see. We shall see.
I don't know. Well, the thing is...
I will call you. I will call you while you're in MetLife Stadium because I assume both of you are going.
We
to
aren't.
WrestleMania.
We couldn't get tickets.
Yeah, too expensive.
At least to the Hall of Fame, Takeover,
No,
Access,
no,
Worlds Collide,
no.
any show.
My
that's-
couch.
Yeah. At least the network you have, right?
Jimmy has it. No,
Joe hasn't.
it's
We are
like-
great fans.
It goes like pop into each one. Every single one has it.
I've been broke, man. What do you want me to tell you? I've been broke. I have 2 vacations popping up.
We're trying to live life, guys.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to go to WrestleMania so bad. Apparently, though, if you go to the South Shore Mall, oh shit, it's today, 1 to 4. If you go
No,
to
it's you still have time.
all right,
Run.
where the fuck is the South Shore Mall?
Bayshore.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
You could drive there. You could potentially win WrestleMania tickets.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really want to go to WrestleMania just because of how the booking's been in the past couple WrestleManias.
I
I
wanted
didn't want
to
to piss
see the-
away $500 on
But also,
what
like-
could be awful. I'm not
But
sure.
also, if you want to spend just $100 to say that you were there,
I guess.
or like
Didn't you
$80
go?
bucks. What?
Didn't you go to
No, I
WrestleMania?
didn't.
You didn't go for 29?
No, I didn't.
But it's like
What's
I
the
know
Hall
it's
of Fame?
it's like I know it's gonna come back to MetLife eventually. Like they'll come back. They always come back.
It's not going to go away.
Yeah.
Like-
The only thing I was thinking about was doing TakeOver, but it's harder when it's on a Friday because then you got to take a day from work and whatever.
Yeah,
But
I
if it
can't-
was Saturday, I probably would have done it. But when it got
No,
pushed
I
to
agree with
Friday,
that,
it got tough.
Well, yeah.
And then like the MSG show is already sold out and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for AEW to come to WW for the New York area. That's all I'm waiting for.
All right, I think it's time to get to SmackDown.
I don't want to get the Smack.
Whoa.
We have
wait.
to get to SmackDown.
All right, let's
No!
talk about the good. Let's talk about the good.
The one good thing that
Right, talk
happened
about the good.
on SmackDown.
Yep, Kofi is officially on the WrestleMania card. No thanks to him.
Hey, look.
They had to. Okay, here's the thing. Kofi had his moments leading up to it. You got to incorporate the.
Nope,
New
lost
Day.
every time. B+ player.
Yeah. He had his moments. It doesn't matter if he lost. people still appreciated what he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
but-
that tag team gauntlet match was just.
But you had to incorporate New Day somehow.
I knew the Usos were going to forfeit. I could just see because I just knew because the two of those two tag teams have such great respect for each other.
yeah.
They've been
and
feuding since
and
what,
Big E like didn't even know what his name was like in the ring. Like Usos like Usos was like get his ass up. Like you can't. Like I don't think you can lift that guy. Like for the love of God, just forfeit.
Oh yeah.
No, but that was
No, it
really
really
good.
And then
That was
pushing
like-
the announcer desk onto Rowan, like it was fantastic. And even when that happened, I was certain. I was like, oh God, it's not happening. Vince is gonna swerve us again. But then he finally said it. He's like, he's in. We'll see.
I like that though, because I like how everyone was helping Kofi get there too. Because this is also the story of Kofi's career.
Yeah.
He's been gaining
yeah.
steam since.
I
New
feel
Day
like
and
this is
stuff.
the best storyline
Oh, yeah.
of
100%.
Mania for
And
sure.
you should thank Mustafa Ali for that.
I did. Thank you, Ali, for getting a concussion.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
an eye injury. One of the two.
But also, if you gave it to
Both.
Mustafa Ali, it would have been. I felt like we would be doing bad booking.
I think
I think it would have been like right now. It's like okay, it's good that he.
Well,
got
who
the
knows? Like before Kofi did what Kofi did, I probably would have said it would be bad booking to put Kofi in. But then he just erupted. Like who knows if Mustafa
Like,
could have
it
done
was
that?
all that gauntlet.
We have no
match.
idea.
It was
Right.
the gauntlet match right before elimination.
Right, like no one paid
Yeah.
any mind, and then all of a sudden, like, wow, he can still, wow.
Well,
He can still go.
The
Yeah.
thing is, Ali would have made a great Fastlane opponent. I think the original.
that's why they put him on here.
Yeah, the original
I think
plan for
Owens
Daniel-
Bryan
Owens-
was
Yeah,
the,
but yeah,
that
I heard
would have
about,
been
yeah.
great. That would have been great.
but then Kofi just this whole
Mania,
thing
man.
just, and they made Owens
Well, no, I
early at
think what it-
Fastlane.
Well, even before Elimination Chamber, like Owens was gonna. No, it was. I think it was afterwards they announced that.
It
Owens
was
gonna
after
be-
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, because Vince.
What the hell is
like,
he gonna do for Mania? We got a week. I guess
Andre
he's
the
not.
Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
God,
It
what
has
the
to.
fuck?
Either that or put him on the pre-show with Mustafa Ali. Those two-
He's
Mustafa-
also on the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. They announced 26 names on Twitter.
Oh my God, I'm in shock
Yeah.
that it's just gonna be Mysterio Joe for the title.
I'm okay with that.
How do we not do a ladder match with Mustafa, Andrade, Ray, Owens? How do we not?
You're gonna save that for Money in the Bank.
Oh, yeah.
You really got to save because that
Yeah.
match would
And-
be awesome for WrestleMania. But why are you gonna waste a match that's something similar?
But
to
now
it?
there's so many great. You're right,
No,
but there's so
Samoa-
many great competitors being thrown into the Andre
But
the Giant.
Samoa-
You had to. Like,
I
you had no
know.
other choice.
Fucking Andre the Giant.
So-
We know Braun's gonna win anyway. He's gonna murder
No,
those
Colin-
two
I don't know who's
gonna
correspondents.
win.
Colin
Ah,
Jost
it's
is going to
Braun.
eliminate him.
Well, first of all, okay.
Colin Jost is going to eliminate Braun Strowman.
Yeah,
Who
sure.
said that?
Colin Jost
Whatever. Anyways,
and Michael Chad. They're going to
Okay.
eliminate Braun Strowman.
he won the greatest Royal Rumble ever.
Yep.
He
And
won
then he
Money
lost-
in the Bank.
And then he lost to Seth Rollins for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And Brock Lesnar.
Exactly.
F5, 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 F5.
Yeah, you think he's not? I think he's gonna get eliminated with this Andre the
Same here.
Giant. Yeah, I think he'll be one of the first people eliminated because he's the biggest guy.
Nah, big bastards win it again.
As Joe would say, Killian Dane is obviously winning.
Don't get me started. We will get there. All right.
He's gonna. Braun's not gonna win the battle royal.
Yeah,
No
we'll
way.
see.
I would give it to Ali. Or Owens.
If Owens is in it.
I think I'll look
I
it
still
up.
don't- yeah.
I would give it to Owens.
Yeah.
They'll give him a nice little push after, or Sami Zayn will come back and
Nah.
eliminate.
Maybe Sami Zayn will screw him over.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt will win.
Yeah.
With Nash, holding Nash.
He will eliminate Nash with one
He
arm.
will throw Nash at Braun Strowman, which will topple him over the ropes.
All we know.
And then Braun Strowman will pull what's his name, Asinski, and kick it into the air.
Braun Strowman will then call on Nicholas for backup.
Yeah, exactly.
Nicholas versus Nash,
Oh,
WrestleMania 36 confirmed.
I don't know if you saw this, but WWE did Where Are They Now? And Nicholas was the top.
Jesus Christ. Hope he's in a gutter somewhere.
All right. So full list of participants so far: Braun Strowman,
Don't care.
Colin Justin,
care.
Michael Che,
Okay, I care about that.
Kill me.
Andrade.
Andrade.
Yeah.
He's so
I
good.
forgot he had only one name. Apollo Crews,
Yeah.
Titus O'Neil, Tyler Breeze, Jinder Mahal, No Way Jose, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, Kalisto, Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Rhino, Victor, Connor, Ali, Shelton Benjamin, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, the Hardy Boys, Otis, Tucker, and EC3.
Who's Otis?
Heavy Machinery.
Dozovich, but it's just Otis now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a thing. So we're not getting Usos Hardy Boys at Mania.
Better be
Well,
getting Usos
Are
sanity.
we even going to get a tag team match at
You
WrestleMania?
get me started.
There was none.
Release the Kraken.
We're getting Boss and Hug versus Divas of Doom versus Nia and Tamina and Iconics. That's our tag team match.
What was it again? Nia and who?
Tamina.
Right. Got it.
But there's no Raw and SmackDown tag team title match?
We could get
they've been too busy.
NXT versus Revival.
That's true.
They're going to be in the match though against the War. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be a match. What is it, like 17 matches already on the card?
Yeah,
like,
they were saying that like 17 was going to be the number.
I'll look it up.
Like, what's the actual card so far?
oh God, we'll be here forever. Forget Raw tag team. I don't think that's gonna happen. But I feel like the Usos should do something with the Bar and a certain other tag team that I quite enjoy.
Do you want to just go into it, Jared? Just go into it.
Okay, so like I'm just so defeated. Like because I was DVRing SmackDown, right? Like, it was DVR'd, so I wasn't live. And then I get the alert from CJ. CJ texts us in the group chat. It was like, Saturday's on TV. And I wasn't at that point yet. So I'm like, oh my God, Saturday's on TV. Like, this is finally WrestleMania, Saturday's on TV. And, and just...
Tell me it's that. Oh, yeah.
And just there's Shane McMahon's security. They're Shane McMahon's like
they're the Mean Street Posse.
And then I get one like little glimmer of hope because they're just going and beating down the Miz, and I don't give a shit that Miz's face. They're kicking him while he's down. I'm like, yes, kick him in the head, like, and then Miz. The WWE superstar that is known for getting negligible amounts of offense in, face, heel, whatever you want to call him, just beats the living hell out of Sanity. Through the crowd, in the barricade, outside, inside. Yeah, it's just because he's angry. And I'm just so destroyed. I feel like hope has just been ripped from me. And the Usos have nothing going on, and I swear to God, if we put if it's just the Bar, I swear to heavens above, the Bar have lost so many matches for like the past like 2 months. I don't even know the last time they won. The fucking Fastlane and a handicap match doesn't even count. And okay, all right, relax. I am completely calm. This is a professional podcast. Professional.
They're not even in the Andre the Giant moment.
Fuck! No. I just do not understand what we're doing. What are we fucking doing? You have them. They haven't even been on SmackDown for what? I couldn't even tell you how long.
4 months.
They come out for Shane McMahon's protection and lose to just the Miz? They're so good. They're so good. Watch back NXT. Someone, just find any match they've ever been in. They are consistently great. Their gimmick, everything they do is so fantastic. And all we're doing is just, Vince McMahon is just literally taking dumps on each one of their foreheads. Just like, here, you can take this shit, you can take this shit. You can be bodyguards and fail. You can't even do that right. Let alone win a match, get booked, progress a feud. No, just protect me from one human. No, can't do that either. Holy ass rape. I don't understand what we're doing. You have such a great tag. They're not going to be on WrestleMania. We're going to lose them to AEW. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And why? I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I had the secret. I wish I had a freaking crystal ball to tell me that Sadie was going to suck cock once they went on the main roster, just so I could be prepared for this death. Who are the Usos facing? No one knows. It's going to be the Bar, and I'm going to commit seppuku. This is just a train wreck, and I cannot take it anymore. I am sick of this crap. For God's sakes, what are we doing?
Here's the thing. The Miz and Shane McMahon, it was announced as a Falls Count Anywhere match. So we're going to see Sanity on the main card, interfering in the match.
I swear to God, I'd rather just not see them. I'd rather just not see them there. It's just going to make things worse. Oh my God. Oh, he's gonna kick their ass in the crowd. Oh my God. He's gonna beat him down the stairs. He's gonna throw Alexander Wolf downstairs in MetLife Stadium.
Is it going to be the Miz or is it going to be Mrs. Dad?
Oh my God.
I hope it's Mrs. Dad just to see.
What's his name? George. What's his dad's? George Mizanin's just gonna throw Eric Young through the crowd. Oh my God. Just quit. I can't take it. I cannot. My heart cannot take this anymore. I don't have the energy to even get angry. I'm just defeated. I'm just destroyed. Like, just the one glimmer of hope was like Jarrett Saturday's on TV. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. Body cut.
I'm so happy I put that in the chat.
Like, because I didn't know. I did not know. I thought it was genuine. Like, Saturday's on TV. How wonder.
The thing is, they weren't even in the gauntlet match.
Oh my God. This tag team gauntlet match. You can't even put them in the gauntlet match. Oh my God. A team forfeited. We could have taken them out there with the champs and just put in Saturday. I don't give a shit if they would have lost.
Well, what were the teams in the
So, first off, it was Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
Oh my God, they're getting canned anyway. Why did they have to do this? They lost in a minute. I'd rather have Saturday just get fucking squashed. At least they would have been in the ring.
Rusev and Nakamura.
Oh my God, it's not even a fucking tag team.
The Bar.
Fuck the Bar.
Usos.
They forfeited.
And then Recyclable Rowan and Dana
And they're
Bryan.
not even a tag team. What is this garbage? What is this liquefied shit? Oh my God, Saturday can't even lose. They can't even get to a point where they lose. I'm done. That's it. I'm done.
All right.
Hope you're all happy.
Oh, we are.
Great.
We're
How much video did you get of that?
about 2 minutes.
Let's just get to Charlotte.
Do you want to go further on that? Do I have to bring back the camera for that?
Yeah, now we got to record CJ.
Fucking Charlotte.
All right, so juxtaposing here, there was quite a bit of news involving SmackDown.
Fucking Charlotte beat Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah,
it is
she did.
bullshit. Utter bullshit. She already broke the streak. Buried Asuka. Asuka hasn't been the same since. She's losing to fucking Carmella and Mandy Rose because of fucking Charlotte. And Charlotte, all because of on ESPN, she was announced as the daughter of Ric Flair. Meanwhile, we got the UFC Hall of Famer. It doesn't fucking matter what she is. She
Doesn't
was
matter
just
what your
pissed.
name is.
It doesn't matter. It is bullshit. She was just like, no, I want to be something more. So she wants to get another fucking championship, squash Asuka, put her in the fucking vagina battle royal with all the other women on SmackDown, just so she could be like, ha, bitch. Ha, I got a belt. This is bullshit. She could just rub it in fucking Becky's face. This is bullshit. Charlotte does not need the belt. Asuka needed the belt. Charlotte did not need the win. Asuka needed the win. This is bullshit. Why is Asuka getting fucked over? Why? She hasn't been on TV for months and she's a champion. It's not even like fucking Sanity where they don't even matter.
Hey! You kidding me? They matter. Wait a minute. Don't put me back. Don't put me back in this box.
No, that's the thing.
All right.
Asuka, you keep taking her out of the box, putting her in the box like fucking musical boxes. It's bullshit. It's
What?
utter bullshit.
What?
It is not right.
Musical boxes.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. Asuka should be champion.
Musical
Asuka
boxes?
should have a match. I don't care if it's 18 matches on the card. At the very least, Asuka deserved something.
So is she in the box or out of the
She
box?
won the
already?
first ever women's Royal Rumble.
Well-
She needs something.
Well, WWE
Anything.
is thinking outside of the box now, so
Yeah, I feel like she's probably out of the box.
It is bullshit. She's in the fucking vagina battle royal, where she's probably gonna.
Is she
fucking-
actually though?
Yes.
Oh boy.
She's probably gonna lose that too because
So she
Charlotte-
was confirmed. She's in there.
Yes,
Oh
she's on
boy.
the fucking picture graphic.
That's
it is
a-
bullshit.
Yeah,
Utter bullshit.
That's
All
not
to
good.
feed Charlotte's fucking ego because it's not enough that she's already an 8-time.
All right,
women-
wait a minute.
It is bullshit.
That's not on her.
Yes, it is.
No,
She's
it's-
won the first ever women's Falls Count Anywhere match, first ever women's Hell in a Cell, women's Iron Man match on the main roster. She's already in the main event of fucking WrestleMania.
Just so you know, this was the first match she's won all year,
Why do you
including house shows. She has lost every single match this year.
At least she was on the fucking card. Asuka wasn't even there. Asuka's a champion and she wasn't even promoted. It is utter bullshit. If we were going to have Charlotte take the belt off Asuka, just make that a fucking feud. It is utter garbage. But no, Charlotte wants to be interjected into the WrestleMania
This is
main
not
event.
Charlotte's fault.
I don't give a damn.
No, that's where you're wrong. Yeah, it isn't Charlotte's
This is
fault.
not
It's
Charlotte's
It's
fault.
definitely booking.
It's booking.
It's
I blame Ric Flair.
All right, wait a minute.
I blame Ric Flair.
We're spiraling.
I blame
No.
Charlotte Flair. I blame Vince McMahon. I blame Triple H. I blame Stephanie McMahon. I blame John fucking Laurinaitis. I blame everybody.
See, just got
Fuck
off the
all
rails.
of you.
Where's the mute button?
I have the mute button.
Shit.
It's utter ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. I'm done. Asuka should leave. For fuck's sake.
Probably. She'll probably go to AEW the way that she's been treated.
Let's take her insanity and make a
All right,
faction.
so I guess I gotta be the voice of reason around here.
I mean, I guess so.
All right, the whole thing with Charlotte. Okay, I get it. Why
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
Why she's in the triple threat match.
Oh, 100%.
I
She
get it.
has
I
to be in that.
completely get
She
it.
has to be in that.
The reason why it's the main event is Ronda Rousey. It's the reason why, and then Becky also you get added onto it. Now, if they plan on combining the women's titles together, because we talked about this last night, there are too many. I feel like there are too many titles, way too many titles.
I
And-
feel like they did this because they want to have a 4 horsewomen moment where they all stand tall at the end. Where you
sacrifice-
have Becky and Charlotte with belts,
But you
and then you have
sacrifice
Sasha and
Asuka's
Bayley.
title reign
You do-
for a fucking
I'm
moment,
not saying,
a forced moment.
I'm not
It is
saying it's
bullshit.
right. No, it is.
It's not right.
It's not right.
Bullshit.
Well,
It's utter bullshit.
Then what would you have done with that? What would you have done at that moment? If
That's
they wanted to
right.
force- the best time to do the 4 horsewomen
You
is
could-
that moment.
Right.
You
Probably
could have
Survivor
had it
Series
so
to push towards
differently.
that.
You could have had you could have had Charlotte interject herself you could have had her win at TLC, get the belt, and then have her interject herself in the
Just
match.
none
that
of
way.
it. The only
It's
bad thing
bullshit.
about this is
If
at
you
the
just
expense
go
of
to-
Asuka.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
Asuka got
I don't
sacrificed,
dislike the interjection in maybe to push towards the 4 horsewomen thing, but it's at the expense of Asuka, and it's a shame. And you also have to look at the awful truth of she just would have fought Mandy Rose again if it
Asuka
did
had
happen
a
at WrestleMania.
914 match win streak. She beat Goldberg's win streak.
You're not
It's all
wrong,
bullshit.
but it's just it's
It's
But there comes a
bullshit.
po- if you want to go with the streak, at some point it has to end.
Yeah,
But
it's like now because she lost the streak, she's losing to fucking Carmella, James Ellsworth, Mandy Rose. Like
when did she lose to James Ellsworth? I don't think that'd have happened.
It's bullshit.
it was like a squash match. It was something stupid.
Look,
It is all stupid.
It's a shame what's happening with her. And she won at TLC with such fanfare. It was so outstanding, Ronda pushing that ladder over there, and she had her moment. It was just really fantastic. And I remember we've had this conversation on the podcast many times of just once she won, we knew that Charlotte and Becky were going to jump through. They're going to have the triple threat, and we were just worried at the thinness of the SmackDown's women roster of what Asuka was going to do. And you saw it. I mean, they were barreling towards
Yeah,
this
but
man.
who-
They were going towards Mandy Rose again, and there was no hope. You have to call up someone on NXT. You had to do something, and instead they juxtaposed a storyline, onto Raw with Charlotte and everything because all they want to do is just push this one part of the women's division at the expense of everyone, and it's wrong, and it's 100% wrong. And Asuka shouldn't have to suffer for this. Some consider her the best women's wrestler in the entire world.
Oh yeah.
So it's certainly wrong. The storyline itself, forget Asuka, is not bad, but it just should not be at the expense of Asuka. It should, and I get it. Yeah, she's
Well,
she's the golden child. She got ham-fisted in with no warning, and she won, and that's all fine. But it's just it's at the expense of the wrong superstar. Straight up.
Then what have you done with Asuka then? Then that's the question I put to
Right,
you guys.
that's the
What
problem.
What have you done with Asuka? Would you have had Mandy Rose versus Asuka?
No, that's
Exactly.
the problem.
You have no other
there
choice.
was only a couple ways to do this.
The only thing I would have done was call someone up, maybe Nikki. I don't know.
Shayna
I really
Baszler.
don't.
You had no other choice.
You did not.
The thing is,
I know.
it's either one or two options are going to happen.
Yeah.
Charlotte was going to have the title, or the SmackDown Women's title would have not
Just
been
a crap match.
They should.
Exactly. Yeah. Then somebody had to make a sacrifice, and that's the problem.
Right.
I think
Something happened. And
It
I
just
think
stinks that it's at the expense of her because it's not her fault. It's just the shittiness of the SmackDown women's
Oh, yeah,
roster.
exactly,
Because
yeah.
you took Charlotte and Becky, which were the roster, you threw them on Raw, and you got nothing now.
I think-
the only semi-decent SmackDown women's wrestlers are faces. There's no heel. There's no heel.
Charlotte.
Yeah, but also half of them also in the 4-way. Okay, if you put the tag team title on the line, it should have just been Bailey and it should have been Boston Hug versus, we'll say, Tamina and Nia Jax. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
Just for
Even throw in the Iconics.
just do that. Just have one team from each.
Yeah.
Go on there. Then that leaves you with what? Natalia and
Beth Phoenix.
Beth Phoenix. All right, they're the odd people out. You could have put Asuka with Natalia. You could have put Asuka with Beth
Natalia
Phoenix.
can be healed. Yeah, there's
Even Beth Phoenix would have been a
right. See, that's the thing. We are going at this as far as like not ham-fisting things in, but that's all WWE does. So in that essence, you could have just had fucking Ruby Riott get thrown on something, just anything to make it semi-decent.
Asuka-
And instead, they didn't want to put in the work, and they
They could have had her
the
versus
title out of her.
Shayna Baszler. I feel like Shayna Baszler, just have her being called up to beat
Champion
Asuka.
versus champion,
versus champion.
however you want to work.
Have her drop the title at TakeOver and then win the belt at. Or you could have Charlotte win in the first place, and then you could have still had that moment. You had Charlotte win at TLC.
Yeah.
Win the belt.
You
And-
could have put the belt on Charlotte, and I mean,
And
I
then
just-
never even given it to
It really
Asuka.
just goes back to all of this starting at the Royal Rumble. The booking's been bad as far as women's wrestlers since
Oh,
the
yeah.
Rumble, frankly. Becky winning was debatable, and you're like, all right, how are they going to put Charlotte in? And then ever since then, it's really been a nightmare on both brands. That's the reality.
Or you had Charlotte.
It's a storyline that they had so much going into at the Royal Rumble.
They didn't have to do much to
Yeah,
get
they
there.
didn't. It was all Becky. It's still all Becky now.
I know, but it's
That's
just
the thing.
like
It's gonna be. Well, it's
I don't
obvious that
think
Becky's
they're-
gonna win.
you'd think, wouldn't
Oh
you?
no, it can't be.
We had this conversation
Look, I don't know.
a few weeks ago on this podcast.
I-
Can you? No, let me ask you, because we talked about this. Can you see Seth, Kofi, and Becky all winning?
I think.
Can just
had
think
this
about it.
conversation
We
last
this
time.
we
conversation
broke
last
and
night.
we broke this down on the podcast. When does Vince ever give us every underdog story working out? And in my opinion, if there's one that doesn't, it's Becky.
No, I think it's gonna like.
I just don't think it's
If
because
they want to get rid of an underdog story, it would be Kofi.
see, I just don't think after
I think-
all of this work, after everything to get him in
Only
here,
reason why is Booker T.
I don't.
They have a history. Of
I
doing
don't.
this.
I don't. That's why I don't see Kofi losing. For the love of God, Seth has to. Like that's the one I feel the best about.
No,
like there's
seven-
just
that's a
no.
given.
That's
It's seven. It's seven.
I just feel. I just feel like it's a triple threat. Charlotte being Charlotte, Ronda maybe not leaving. And the way it's been booked, that's the one. That's the one. Now we're gonna have predictions next week, and chances are we're all gonna go with the underdogs because they're logical choices. But we'll see. We'll see. But that's the one.
But here's the
That's
kicker
the
now.
one.
Charlotte has a belt now, so
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense for her to get the Raw belt as well.
I never
they
thought
win-
she was going to win. I always thought she was the one to take the pin. It was really what I felt is if Ronda stays, then I could see Ronda winning.
I don't
and if
know.
Ronda leaves, and Becky wins. I have no idea. But if
Something-
you're asking me if I'm going to be will I be shocked if Ronda wins? No, I will not.
Something I wanted
I
to
will not.
something I want to bring up with the women's main event. This is the first one ever. A year ago, a lot of things changed in a year. Originally, we were thinking that it was they were battling towards Ronda Asuka at Mania, Streak versus Streak.
I think it was like Ronda Charlotte.
Ronda Charlotte
Ronda
was really
Charlotte,
where they
That
were
was-
going.
That was the.
That was also where they're
rumor for a
barely-
long
Because no
time.
one expected Becky to do what Becky did.
Exactly.
They had that whole
That's why,
face breaking stuff and the Stone Cold type moment, and then they wound up having to move Charlotte Ronda early. It got great press, then Becky, and then that's how it started with this triple threat.
hold
But they
on.
were going towards Ronda Charlotte.
And then the thing is, there's rumors that there's not going to be an Evolution 2 because
There's not. I don't think there will be.
because Ronda, they can't guarantee Ronda as a draw. Now,
They might be. Supposedly, I
also,
heard
like,
that they may put them on Saudi Arabia. Supposedly,
That's what
they
I
may
heard
put
as
women
well.
on Saudi Arabia.
But who knows if they don't need Ronda for Evolution? We'll say that this WrestleMania is the best-selling WrestleMania because of the card. Well, because of like the main event.
If
We'll say
you
that-
take Ronda, or just like let's say they have Evolution, right? And then Ronda's not on the card. What do you have? Legitimately, a legitimate question.
I think,
Except
like-
for Charlotte and Becky, what do you have?
Women's tag team.
All right, women's tag, but the way women have been booked, other than Charlotte, Ronda, and Becky, has been disgusting. Quite frankly, this match has been booked at the expense of all, not counting the tag teams because that's a different
No,
story.
I'm gonna bring something up though.
But that's
A
my
lot-
feeling. I feel like it's been at the expense of so many
But
women's
that's
wrestlers.
that's
So many.
You
Those
had
are
to
the-
put that. You had to put all that energy into it.
But
That's
it's
I understood.
it's
yeah.
all, every inch of the energy.
But
Nothing is going to the other
But
one.
you can
Nothing.
also you can make that same argument for the tag team divisions, for the mid card divisions. You can make that for every division. You have. Top
I just feel
stars
like
and
it's
everyone
been
else is
so
sacrificed.
extreme. I feel like it's been very extreme to
Well,
me.
it has been.
We were
Yeah,
thinking
Yeah,
that same way
definitely.
last year, though, with New Day and Usos. We were thinking that same thing because
Yeah,
they were
I
the
mean, yeah.
entire SmackDown tag team division. Even the Bludgeon Brothers, like when they popped up, like
Right.
okay, cool, and then
Like
they
you,
didn't do
you're
shit.
right. Yeah, that's a good point. Like you could say this whole Kofi storyline has been at the expense of the SmackDown Tag Team division, regardless of what I think is
Yeah.
just legitimately. You haven't really seen the Usos that much. You haven't. The Bar have been on TV, not pushing towards a tag team feud, just being a thorn in Kofi's side. So you're right. You're right. I don't know. I just feel like because it's just been so long, January to April,
Yeah.
it's just been all triple threat and just nothing.
The big
Nothing.
question though,
Not even Triple H and Batista got that much press.
Yeah.
But they
it's
don't
just-
need it.
That's a big match.
They don't
And
need
what's
it.
crazy because that feud has gotten so much energy, they haven't even built it properly. So it's gone through.
Well, because
it's
the
just
name-
crazy.
It's the name Batista and Triple H. You got Drax versus who? What was Triple H been?
the chaperone.
There we go.
The chaperone.
But the here's the kicker. This is the big thing I want to ask about. It's a WrestleMania women's main event, and we knew it would be Ronda.
Mm-hmm.
Would we have gotten to the WrestleMania women's main event without Ronda this soon?
Wait, let me think about that. So you're saying if Ronda wasn't here, would there be a women's main event this
Maybe.
WrestleMania? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah,
I
or
would've
would it
been-
have been
I would've
another
been-
couple years?
It would have been another couple of
It's
years.
I
Definitely,
would definitively say no. There would not be a women's main event in this
Okay.
May,
Oh,
yeah.
in May.
This soon? No way.
I believe that I think all three women have played a role. I think all three, and I've been very passionate about that on this podcast because I know how many people don't want Charlotte, and I know what everybody thinks of Charlotte. And this taking the title off as Asuka is not good. But you have Charlotte, you have Becky, you have Ronda. All three deserve to be a part of this.
They do.
All
hands
three
down.
deserve
I
to
agree.
be a part of
Hands
this.
down.
And if anyone believes that Charlotte doesn't, it's just you're getting
no, hands
you're
down.
quite frankly you're getting worked. You're getting
Look,
worked.
I'm Charlotte's biggest credit. I
Right.
believe she deserves to be in it. Just
Yeah.
she doesn't need the belt. But
That's not on her, though. None of this, I really don't think it's on her. She does her character. This is her character, and
well,
that's
her
it.
character works. Her character works.
It's
I
very-
absolutely
I
hate her
think-
character.
I think
But also
it's...
it goes back to earlier. Who are you going to put Asuka in this short amount of time?
I
You
Yeah.
had to put the SmackDown Women's Championship on somebody that's already guaranteed on the card.
It was one of those things where it's like Asuka's on the Titanic, and you just gotta, like... You either throw her a lifeline, or you just get off the
Like,
ship
she
and
had-
leave her.
Like, unfortunately,
But
yeah,
she
it had
was-
to come out to this.
But this week was supposed to be a number one contenders match. So she
A crappy one, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
It
like...
would have been something.
You know what it was? I think they just... At this point, I feel like Vince is just like, wait a minute. This all sucks. Let's get this belt out of here.
Yeah, that's what I always say.
Less volume and profanity.
Yeah. Good job.
We just got a word about less profanity and less volume, but you know, it's a podcast. What do you want us to do? Whatever. Screw the old ladies.
Oh, jeez.
But the big thing though is what would the main event have been? The first ever. I would have thought it would be the four horsewomen main eventing together. That would have been a great moment.
It would have been
Natural,
if
too.
It was if it was. You're gonna have a main event. It would have been the four of them versus. It would have been
A
fatal
four-way, yeah.
It would have been. It wouldn't have been like a four horsewomen type of thing unless you get Ronda or somebody with Ronda's caliber on WrestleMania. But it would if you wanted to put it as a Charlotte would have definitely been in the main event no matter what. If you had a women's main event, Charlotte
Yeah.
had to be on there, or else it's like because she's been probably like next to Ronda, Charlotte's probably the next marketable person. Like if you could put Becky in there as well, but Becky just recently came into fruition. Charlotte's been there for so many years, so you kind of had to have that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just we're here, we're at it. You know, it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, you can't do about it now, but like I said, like who are you gonna put with the SmackDown Women's title? Who are you gonna have Asuka go against?
I don't know.
Like, you
I
got
don't know.
nobody else.
I don't know. None
so
of
you
it's-
had to put it on Charlotte.
I don't know what you did. I don't know. It just stinks.
The whole energy was sucked out as soon as that note came out.
It's all right. Well, yeah, it had to be. Anyways,
Yeah, but all right. So I think it's time to NXT Takeover.
We'll take a break and then we'll get back into it because I think Jimmy put on. Actually, no, we're just gonna go with the usual commercial. Hold on.
Now, on to badass Billy Gunn. The Rock understands what took place the night you won King. You are absolutely right. You do suck. But there is one thing and one thing only you can do. You must go find the man who is simply electrifying. You must go find The Rock. Oh my God, anybody but The Rock. Know your role and shut your mouth.
And we're back. So we
Hi.
were just talking about quick other things. Becky Lynch was rumored to be in the next year's WrestleMania as well, possibly against Ronda Rousey or Charlotte. Becky Lynch also has a huge contract. And now on to NXT TakeOver.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have your prediction. You have the predictions.
Yes, we do.
All right. Then I will take that because I don't know anything about NXT Takeover
Okay, so
or anything NXT.
Yeah, NXT is my favorite brand. Like it's just
I do
amazing.
Like NXT, I do want to watch it, but I rarely have time to watch it.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's just this is probably gonna be maybe the best takeover ever.
yeah, definitely.
I
And the
mean-
matches on the card, every match is a championship match. Every championship match has a feud going for it.
Yeah,
Hardcore.
it's all gonna be unbelievable. I mean, let's just get right into
Is
it.
it just Jimmy?
Huh? Well, no. Joe has his, but it's not on the list. It's like a sentence.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we have the NXT Tag Team Championships being defended by War Raiders against Aleister Black and Ricochet, the winners of the 2019 Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. We have the NXT UK Championship being defended by Pete Dunne against Walter. We have the NXT North American Championship being defended by Velveteen Dream against Matt Riddle. We have the NXT Women's Championship being decided in a fatal four-way. Champion Shayna Baszler will be defending against Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, and Bianca Belair. And finally, in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the vacant NXT Championship, which will actually crown the first ever NXT Triple Crown winner, it'll be Adam Cole defending Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano.
Yeah. It's gonna be unbelievable.
It's gonna be barn burners.
It's gonna every single one's gonna be outstanding. I mean, just it's everything. Every single one is just gonna be absolutely amazing. Absolutely. So let's get into it.
Let's just jump right into it. NXT Tag Team Championship.
We have War Raiders against Ricochet and Aleister Black. I think this is probably the most predictable match on the card, considering that Ricochet and Aleister Black are going to be moving to the main roster. They're already there.
Yeah.
I think the War Raiders are going to win this.
I'm going to throw my hat to the War Raiders as well.
I'm not sure who Jimmy and Joe.
They've also picked the War Raiders.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the easiest match. It might steal the show. I mean, you could say that about every match. The reality is every match is going to be amazing.
Do you think that it should have been Aleister Black and Ricochet winning the NXT Tag Team, NXT Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic or Forgotten Sons?
I think that Forgotten Sons deserved it, but I think it should have been Aleister Black and Ricochet because people know them more.
And is it
Also, but
And
they're
I
on
think
the main roster, so there's really no point for them to actually win it.
the point is to put on an incredible WrestleMania pay-per-view match. And I agree with it. I think Forgotten Sons need a little more time. I think they need to get a little more exposure to the audience, to people. And I feel that everyone knows Aleister Black and Ricochet, especially after the main roster. And I think this is
Does it-
they could be for a certainty that the War Raiders and the two of them are going to be absolutely just off the charts amazing.
The only reason
And
why I
that's why they
also
did
think it makes sense is because they've beaten main roster tag teams and
Yeah.
main roster tag team champions.
Yeah, it just makes them look really good and really strong, and I really do think it was the right choice. I could see why people would say Forgotten Sons should have won, because they might have been more deserving since they were going to the main roster. Maybe,
And they're a tag team.
It maybe would have made the match a little less predictable, perhaps, but I still think this is the right decision. And you never know. You could always say that this is one of those things where they win, the once in a lifetime thing where they win and then they take the NXT belts back to the main roster, say, look what we have. I don't think it'll happen. I'm picking the War Raiders, but you could say it. But this is the predictable match on the card.
Uncle Ernest?
Okay. What?
I don't know. Who do you got?
I haven't been watching, so I don't know.
Fantastic commentary.
All right,
Let's get to the next match.
All right, so we got
The next one is
NXT UK Championship, Pete Dunne versus Walter.
All right, so a little bit of background here for those that don't know. Obviously, Pete Dunne is well known. He's had this belt for I think 2 years, better half 2
May
years.
2017?
It's been like 2
May-
years.
yeah,
It's
May
been about 2 years.
2017.
He's amazing. He's the bruiserweight. Walter. This man has recently been signed. He showed up at the last UK pay-per-view, and this guy is just a beast.
Was
He's
he like 250 pounds, wide, huge?
Yeah, he is a beast. He is also a lot more like versatile than he looks. I mean, in my opinion, my prediction, if there is any time that Pete Dunne can finally lose this belt, it's now. Walter is
I can see.
unbelievable. He really is, and he's gonna have his big debut here. This is gonna be his moment, and if there is ever a time for Pete Dunne to lose, it's now. If he wins this, when will he ever lose?
Yeah.
So I am picking Walter.
I'm going to throw my hat to Walter as well. Walter makes sense. Walter is a big guy. He's huge. He can lead the NXT UK brand.
100%.
Jimmy and Joe also have Walter. Now, my big question is, where does Pete Dunne go after this?
then he goes to the main roster.
Anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
Anywhere he
He
wants.
can go to NXT.
Now, how he's
205.
gonna get
He
booked
could.
is its own beast. We can't help that. Maybe the main roster does. You know what I mean? Like we can't help that. But the reality is, at this point, Pete Dunne has to just leave and go and do so, or he could stay and maybe there'll be a little bit more of a feud with Walter. Maybe Pete Dunne will get a title, his rematch clause, even though that really doesn't exist anymore, or whatever. And then move, but at the end of the day, he deserves to be on either the main roster or in 205 Live, and I think that's where he should be going. I would put him on the main roster just because 205 Live is just such a stigma.
Well, I think
but either way would be fine.
I think like 205 Live would be perfect for him.
Probably.
Just get him in there and get his name, get the UK.
It gets more exposure
Exactly,
to
yeah.
I mean, yeah, and he's still going to be a part of the UK, like because there's a lot of times where people are on like 205 Live and still show up in the UK division, so that could also happen. But I really, really think this is the ultimate moment for this man who they just brought on the scene in Walter, this giant animal enforcer.
CJ just showed me a picture of Walter, and he reminds me of Samoa Joe. He looks.
Yeah.
You definitely have that because Walter's very agile also for a big guy. I'm gonna say this every match. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be just absolutely amazing.
It's gonna be a great match.
Yeah. The thing that I respect so much about Pete Dunne is he can have a match with anybody because he could be technical, he could be agile, he could be methodical, and I think this matches up so well with Walter because it could be a little slow at times, but it's gonna be very methodical. And it's gonna be very good.
Another thing about Pete Dunne, which makes it really, really interesting, like the way they built him up. He's still not an underdog.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the scary part about all this. Walter has about 100 pounds on the guy, give or take. Pete Dunne is still not looked at as an underdog.
Yeah, that's what makes Pete Dunne so great.
I think I remember way back, when Chris, like, you have Big Show, and Big Show would be calling someone like, who would beat me? And you see Chris Benoit, and Chris Benoit gave out that same energy of, like, a rabid animal.
It didn't matter how big.
You were gonna, like, be in pain.
Yes, and you're 100% right. No matter how big anyone is, how many people, Pete Dunne just gives off that thing where, like, it doesn't matter how big you are, I'm gonna chop you down.
I'm gonna break you down. And, like, he gives off that intensity.
100%.
Not a lot of people have. Like, I feel like the last NXT person that had... Well, the last few NXT people that had that kind of intensity were Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and Drew McIntyre. The only 3 people I can think of that have that intensity, like that very intimidation.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I just think it's going to be great. All right, so moving to the women's Fatal 4-Way. I think this is a very tough match to call, personally. Obviously, a Fatal 4-Way. I feel very confident that Baszler will drop it here. I think this is her time to move up. And in my mind, there are 2 women that have that can take this, and it's Bianca Belair and it's Io Shirai.
Yes.
Kairi Sane has had her moment. I don't think it's necessary for her to win anymore. So you have Io Shirai and Bianca Belair, and there's an argument for both. As far as Bianca Belair is concerned, she has nothing really crazy going on right now. You could juxtapose Io Shirai and Kairi Sane as a tag team and move on from there, and you could have Bianca Belair carry it. The opposite is Bianca Belair might not really be ready yet. She hasn't really been booked all that great on NXT. And Io Shirai winning would be an amazing, amazing dynamic between her and Kairi Sane. So this is very difficult. I may change depending on what happens in the final NXT tapings when they come out this week, because that may very well decide. But at this point, I'm going to go with Io Shirai. I think she's ready. I don't think Bianca Belair is. And I think it's going to make an amazing, like, little, not feud, but dynamic.
So you're going with Io Shirai?
I'm going with Io Shirai.
Jimmy and Joe have Belair.
I figured they would.
And I'm actually going to throw my hat to Belair as well.
I figured.
I feel like the NXT tag team of Io Shirai and Kairi Sane, they have such potential on the main roster. And another thing that I just thought of that would be freaking great is that, all right, so you have Ruby Riott and the Riott Squad. They could feud with Asuka and the 2, because you have the potential to have factions in the women's division right now, and that's the scary part, because you can have Shayna Baszler and the 4 Horsewomen. You have the 4 Horsewomen of MMA, 4 Horsewomen of NXT. You have the Riott Squad, and then you can have this Puroresu, Japanese strong style wrestling, with Asuka being the main leader, Io Shirai and Kairi Sane being the tag champs. You know, you have the potential for faction warfare in the women's division, and that is insane. And I'm loving that that possibility. So I would love to see. And Kairi Sane and Io Shirai also have a feud with the Riott Squad ready made, because they had huge altercations back at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So you could easily revisit that as well.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's argument for both. I think for me personally, I think the typical, and you also have to remember that they don't have to leave NXT to take the titles.
That's a good part.
So that's also interesting. And I just feel as though Bianca Belair is not there yet. I don't see her holding this belt and leading this division right now. I just think that, and again, we have tapings coming up, and that could throw a lot in this. We're making very early predictions right now, and things could change. We have no idea what the tapings are gonna bring to us. With the last one, they're always the most important when making these predictions. But I just feel like Io Shirai is certainly more talented and definitely ready, and it would be very interesting to see them try to go for the tag team gold with Shirai there holding that belt.
That would be good.
And in that shadow, I just feel like she's the one. I feel like she's completely ready to do this, and I could just love that dynamic with Kairi Sane. So
I agree with that too. It's
tough. No, and I could completely see Bianca Belair winning. I don't think she's ready yet, and I've never known NXT to put the belt on someone that isn't ready. I've never known Triple H to ever throw a belt at someone that isn't ready. When they're ready, they get it, and I just don't think she's ready yet.
What do you think, Uncle Ernest?
Well, so I know who all these 4 are.
Awesome.
Great.
There's a start there.
Fantastic commentary.
With Bianca Belair, I think that when I saw her, it was right after the Royal Rumble. like that, like those NXT tapings. And it wasn't like the way that I saw her. I felt like I kind of agree with you on that. Like she's not ready, but they're pushing it. They want to push it. Like we'll say that they want to push it, but like yeah, she is a future world champion, just not now. With Io Shirai, I think like personally, I think Shayna might still keep it.
Really?
Because
I've heard it. No, I have heard
I
that.
think that she's gonna keep it. It doesn't matter. Like
Some believe she'll keep it and just show up.
yeah, that's
A lot of people
like,
believe
look at
that.
Kevin Owens.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Like she could show up and help out. She could help out in the women's main event with Ronda being part of the Horsewomen, and they could have that going. And then she could be like in the main roster, still hold the women's belts, but go on the main roster.
No,
you know?
I 100% see. I think this is definitely the toughest match to call for sure.
Yeah.
The only one I really can't see at all is Kairi Sane, just because of all she's been through. I don't see
I
her
think
just taking
with-
the belt
The
again.
only thing predictable with Kairi Sane is that she's going to take the pin.
Yeah,
yeah.
No, I expect her to. Well, her or Shayna. I could see. Honestly,
I don't think they're going to do it to Shayna. I think they'll do it to Kairi.
Because my thing is that Shayna could really. She's won so many freaking times. So it's like if she gets pinned, I feel like it's just desserts because as far as the tapings are concerned, the way this build has happened is
She's running roughshod through.
she's
everyone.
running roughshod through everyone. She has barely had to lift a finger because you have Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke just killing everyone. So I think it would be very much just desserts for her to take.
What do you think of that dynamic between Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke helping out Shayna Baszler? Do you think it's like necessary for her to have the backup like that?
Necessary is an interesting word. I don't think it's necessarily necessary. But I think it's great booking. I think it's great booking.
But also, you look at it as, I think that it's great booking for them and not for Shayna because Shayna doesn't need it.
Well, that's why I think
And
it's
then you
great
have the-
booking.
yeah.
That's why I think it's such fantastic
You
booking
have
because
to-
you're bringing Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir in the limelight thoroughly, and you're making Shayna just look like this. Frankly, very similar to Daniel Bryan, where he's not really doing a lot of work. And he kind of just comes in and reaps the benefits. Now, I feel like that, and the difference is I think this has been better just because it's been happening for so long. This has been going on forever, and that's why I really, really think that she's going to take this pin because this is it. We don't need to keep her strong. Everyone knows she's strong and she's gonna have to lift a finger, and this is where it happens, and this is where we get that pin. Now, regardless of whether it's Belair or Shirai, this is where she needs to get her just desserts. Because especially if it ends, now if she wins, she wins. But if it ends, she's getting pinned because that needs to put a death nail on this, in my opinion. So that's my thoughts on this match. I mean, and again,
Like, I could
broken
definitely-
record, it's gonna be fantastic.
Like I could see like different scenarios, not for everybody winning, but Kairi Sane was probably going to be. She's going to get called up. I think she's going to be because she's been too long down there in NXT.
I think it depends on what happens with Shirai. I think that it's very contingent upon that. I really feel like those two are going to stick together regardless if Shirai wins this belt. We could see that be a few. There's a lot of places to go here.
I think the most likely though is Bianca because Bianca Belair though has the capabilities to lead the brand as a heel champion. Granted, we've had a heel champion for the
Isn't
longest
she
time.
face? I thought she was face.
I don't think it matters. I think she can go either way. I think she was default face because everyone hated Shayna more.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you have Candice LeRae waiting in the wings. You have Dakota Kai. You have some. You have Mia Yim. These are all faces that Bianca Belair could feud with throughout the upcoming throughout the summer.
Yeah.
That she could. And they also have a NXT taping, a standalone NXT takeover coming up too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's going to be interesting.
Not with a major pay per view.
Not with a major pay per view at all.
Yeah.
So-
We'll see what happens when the tapings come out. That could definitely change a lot. We have no idea what's going to happen. But yeah. So let's get to the next one.
NXT takeover, NXT North American Championship. I'm gonna go through the first two. So we have Jimmy choosing Velveteen Dream. We have Joe choosing Matt Riddle. Now that's the interesting question.
This is again a tricky one to call.
Yes.
Because Velveteen Dream has looked super strong. They've booked him very strongly. You hit the halftime heat with taking it off Gargano. Even before that, he has looked very, very strong. And you have Matt Riddle, they are polar opposites of each other. And that's why this works so well. And who is undefeated and looks very strong as well.
Matt Riddle's only faced Rhino so many times. Oh no, not Rhino.
Cassius Ohno.
Cassius Ohno.
Cassius Ohno.
Every single time I see him.
Well, he's faced other people in tapings.
Oh, he has?
Yeah.
crap. All right.
It's gonna be good. I think I don't want to overthink it. At the end of the day, Velveteen Dream is unbeatable as far as whether he wins or loses. You can't diminish him in any way, regardless of if he wins or loses. Matt Riddle at this point, you can. And I don't think some believe that if Velveteen Dream wins, it can't be clean. But I think that would thoroughly diminish this match. I think this should be a clean finish, and I think Matt Riddle will win and continue his push. That's my opinion. CJ?
The thing I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about this hard. It's
And again, we have the tapings. It's a very, very early predictions.
It's weird. It's a weird dynamic because with Velveteen Dream, he's a strong character. Probably the best character WWE has going for them right now is Velveteen Dream. He deserves the North American Championship, but I don't think he necessarily needs a championship. That's the type of character he is. He doesn't necessarily need one. It's always great to have, but he doesn't need it for his feuds. They never really revolve around a championship per se.
And that's credit to him.
No, it's not like it's okay. I agree with that, but then I bring up Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt was like that too.
Yeah, that's like his character was strong enough where you didn't need a title to do it, but you need a title for the character to gain credibility.
Yes.
You need that. So even though Velveteen Dream has a great character to him and all of his storylines were great, you need that title to legitimize him.
See, I think it's the polar opposite. I feel like Velveteen Dream has done so much to legitimize himself, and for Matt Riddle at this point, he needs a title to legitimize himself. I think after him beating Cassius Ohno 887 times, I really think that it's important for him to legitimize himself now. Stop being a bro and start being a winner. And I really, really think this is where it begins.
What do you think, though, Uncle Ernest?
I think it's way too soon for Matt Riddle.
When did he make his debut?
Like 6 months ago.
Oh, I think it's right on time. I really do. Because he's not getting the major championship. He's getting a mid-card one.
Even with that, I would still not put the title on him. I think it's way too soon for him. That's just me personally.
Yes, I think he's ready. I really do. All right, CJ, you got to make one. We could change. We have a week.
I'm gonna throw my hat to Matt Riddle, if only because this also frees up Velveteen to challenge for the maiden card too. Because I feel like after NXT,
has Velveteen faced? Well, they faced Gargano in the tapings, but I don't think it ever happened on a TakeOver show.
No,
I don't believe. Okay.
No, I think it also fits well because this will free up Velveteen Dream. Because I feel like out of the two, out of Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano, there's not many challengers for them on that main event level for NXT.
Mm-hmm.
You have Aleister Black and Ricochet already on the main roster. Tommaso Ciampa's injured. You need someone to hold down the mid-card scene. And Velveteen Dream can hold down the main event scene while you continue to build up. Because I think they need to really rebuild right now. Granted, I don't want Dream to lose the title. He deserves this. Riddle, though, I think it's a case more of...
I think he needs it more.
Yeah, Velveteen Dream legitimized the North American Championship belt. Ricochet legitimized the North American Championship belt. The North American
Adam Cole also.
Yes. North American champ and Johnny Gargano, I legitimize it. I think the North American Championship is going to legitimize Matt Riddle.
I think it's a good place for him to be.
Okay.
That's just what I think.
I think the thing is, where does Matt Riddle go, though, when he loses? I think he would have to go to the main event.
It would hurt. It would hurt him a lot. The only way you call him up, I don't know what you do if he loses. So I think it's the right choice.
He has to lose at one point because
he does.
But he does. But I don't think this is it yet. I feel like he's got to lose after he needs to dominate a little more. You can't just because he's still going up. He hasn't reached the peak, and I think that's when you got to end it. Similar to like Pete Dunne. Like Pete Dunne's done it all. He's higher than higher than higher, and that's why someone's eventually got to bring him down. And I think we got to get Matt Riddle further up.
And it's also...
But it's tough for that because I think you put the title on him too soon. You're already you're going to give him a super push.
I just don't think it's too right.
Personally, I think it's like if you put the title on him, it's going to go a similar path with the Cena push. It's not going to be you're going to push
But it's a different crowd though.
It's a different crowd. It's different booking with Triple H. I think it's different, and I personally think he's ready. I just completely think he's ready. I think we've seen quite a bit of him.
There's
also
I think it's time. A lot of NXT imports going to come in soon too. We have Punishment Martinez. He should be making his
very
debut
strong.
Soon. But he could also act as a heel foil, so you don't know. Heel foil, face foil. You also have Samuel Shaw from NXT, from TNA, and he's working that crazy gimmick like crazy, like a butcher horror gimmick. So that would always be interesting.
Yeah, no, there's a lot, and I'm sure there's people we don't even know that we haven't even heard of that Triple H is waiting in the.
Zima Ion got signed and everything like that.
Yeah,
they're looking
there's
to
a
get
lot.
It's gonna. Well, the thing with this match is that it's so right down the middle.
They both need it. Like they both
exactly.
would benefit from having the championship.
They would both definitely benefit. I just think it's just such credit to Dream that he can lose so much. It's very similar to Gargano. These guys can lose, and it just doesn't matter, and that's just so impressive. And I just really think
that's a testament to NXT's booking.
Testament to everyone. And again, that just makes me love. That's just what's so fantastic about NXT. But we'll see. All right, I think it's time to get to the main event, the match of matches. 2 out of 3 falls. Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano for the vacant title.
And the crazy
this
thing
is going to be great.
And the reason why I'm bringing this up is that it's also going to crown the first ever Triple Crown winner. They both won the NXT Tag Team Championships. They both won the NXT North American Championships. Now the thing is, this is the big question: who does NXT need more down in developmental?
I don't think, honest. I don't know if either one will even leave after this. I could see both staying.
But if you had to choose out of the two, like who would be leaving? It would be Gargano.
I don't think this. I feel like this is Gargano's moment. This is it. He may fight Ciampa again. We don't know. But Johnny Gargano, we have talked about this many, many times on the podcast. Johnny Gargano has slowly become one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. After what he has done on NXT, he loses a lot. And Adam Cole is going to be the heel. Undisputed Era is going to get involved. Adam Cole has openly said Undisputed Era will get involved, which is so fantastic. In the build, Adam Cole is like, look who I have in the back. And that's just so amazing. Basically, he's playing his hand around and be like, yep, they're here. They're going to mess with you. What a shot it would be for Johnny Gargano to finally reach the mountaintop. It probably would have happened against Ciampa, and I don't think we deviate here. I really think it's important to give Gargano what he deserves, and what he deserves, because I think he's the best wrestler on NXT, what he deserves is to reach that mountaintop as the show closes. I think this is his moment, and I think he gets it here.
Uncle Ernest?
I kind of agree with that. Like, I think he gets it. But at the same time, if they're going to call him up to the main roster, which is kind of like what they were going to do, then he would have... I think that they would have probably put the belt on Adam Cole.
Well, the thing is...
it's tough.
The reason why they were on the main roster originally was as a DIY tag team.
Right. Yeah, that was just... I feel like...
that was all storyline.
Yeah, that was all story. And because we knew... Because once they broke up, we knew they were going to go back down and have this match. So I don't even know if I see either one getting called up.
I'm actually gonna disagree. I think, well, one, Johnny Gargano, I feel like should win. Mm-hmm. He's the best person to lead the brand as of right now, especially with the mass exodus, superstar shakeup, so on and so forth. Ciampa's injury, yeah. and if Ciampa comes back, then we can always have that. Because that needs to close, and I think that needs to close in NXT.
And I think that's independent of whether he gets this belt or not, to be honest. You could have that match at any point with anything.
I think the thing is, though, there's nothing left for Undisputed Era to do down in NXT. There's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They want... Okay, so Undisputed Era has done it all. The only thing that they haven't done is win the big prize.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing. So if you're going to leave... So if you want to leave Adam Cole down there... He could definitely lead the brand, hands down.
He can. He can.
You can make
absolutely
both for leading the brand.
Yes,
but more like Johnny's more sentimental.
Johnny is just Johnny, man. Yeah. He is just the best.
That's the reason why I think people will go with him. But if Adam Cole won, I wouldn't be mad about that as well.
Neither would I.
But Undisputed Era, the only thing they haven't done is win the big prize. It doesn't matter who wins it; they just haven't won the big prize. Mm-hmm. Until they win that big prize, they're not going to get called up.
I don't know. I think Undisputed Era has the potential to do great things on the main roster.
Oh, they do. I think they just.
I could see them. I could definitely see them getting close. As far as my prediction is concerned, I don't even think about future implications. All I think about is the final shot of this pay-per-view. What do you want this final shot to be with Ciampa making his exit with surgeries? This pay-per-view probably being the best takeover ever. What do you want the final shot to be? Adam Cole standing tall with Undisputed Era after the snarky heels beat Gargano right over the fallen Gargano, or Johnny Wrestling, the man who has carried this brand with Ciampa gone, holding it high as you fade to black?
I'm going to go with Gargano. And also, I feel like out of every NXT star that has gone through over the years, no one epitomizes NXT more than Johnny Gargano. And I feel like it's great because Johnny Gargano has worked his way up. You know, he was an NXT Tag Team Champion. He would then went on to become NXT North American Champion. He's fought and he's put his heart and soul into the NXT brand. Not only does he deserve to be NXT's first ever Triple Crown winner, he epitomizes what it means to be NXT champion.
100%. Couldn't have said it any better. Who do Jimmy and Joe have, by the way?
Oh, Gargano.
Oh, they both have, yeah. So the only differences right
two.
now is Velveteen Dream for Jimmy and me for your Shirai. It's very early. We have more tapings. Obviously, if we wind up changing, we'll...
You have one more taping, right?
Yeah. Obviously, the most important one, the go-home taping. So, and a lot can happen. So, obviously, if we wind up making any changes, we'll let everyone know on social media.
Yeah.
These are, initial picks here because we at least, regardless of the predictions, we all want to give some commentary about this pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah,
Like, we don't want it to become Saturday and we just recap it. We want it to give some commentary here.
Yeah.
Regardless. It's just, and that's what's so great about NXT. When we talk about who's winning here, we're not even talking about, like I feel like when we talk about WWE in predictions, we're not thinking logically, we're thinking stupid. You know what I mean? Like, this is logical stuff. We have to really break these down and analyze it. And I think that's what makes NXT, again, just so fantastic.
NXT is the better show.
The NXT, I think, is the best show in the world. I just love NXT.
Uncle Ernest, who is your favorite NXT star?
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Adam Cole.
He's
love Adam
awesome.
Oh, yeah,
Cole,
you saw him.
Baby.
You saw him live at the Royal
the
Rumble,
Rumble,
too.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
As soon as I saw him, I was screaming. I'm like, yeah, baby! Oh, I loved it. I loved him.
Yeah, but we'll see.
So I see your logic, too, is why you want Adam Cole to be...
Yeah, I would love to see Adam Cole be champion, but it doesn't, to me... Like, right now, if it looks at it like you wanted somebody to carry the brand, okay, I can see why Johnny Gargano would do it. You can have him leave once Ciampa comes back, or something like that. But Adam Cole at one point has to be the champion.
I could see him winning it at... No, there's no more NXT Brooklyn, right? This upcoming one?
Or whatever.
Well, because it's
in
not
the
in
summer, right?
Yeah,
It's
where?
in
LA?
Montreal. I think it's in Montreal or something.
Really? It's in
Oh,
Canada?
yeah,
think
you're
it's in
right.
Canada.
Oh, it is? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in Canada.
So I could see... Well, let's see.
Adam Cole will probably win
could-
it in Canada because Canada loves to cheer the heels. They love to cheer like all the bad
I thought they
guys.
just like to cheer Canadians.
That too.
That too. But they like to cheer heels more
Yeah.
because it's hilarious.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but we'll see.
This is going to be an interesting time.
Yep.
I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Next week we will recap TakeOver and make our WrestleMania predictions.
All right. Until next time, Audio Marks.
Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned to our podcast. Special shout out to the Sachem Public Library for the continued use of their equipment and space. Continue supporting us by rating and subscribing through Patreon, Audio Boom, Stitcher, TuneIn, Castbox, Deezer, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, and the big three, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts at Marks for Life Podcast. Also, check out our YouTube channel, Marks for Life, for our podcast playlist and other content. Please follow us on our social media on Twitter at Marks for Life Pod, Instagram at Marks for Life Podcast, our Tumblr page, Marks for Life Podcast, and our Facebook page, Marks for Life Podcast. And email us at marksforlifepodcast@gmail.com for any comments, questions, or feedback. Until next time, Audio